All right, Shalom with the ISUPK started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. And this is the Monday history class with myself, Officer Karathya. We've got Trooper Mawasar, about to pop up in a minute now. You know what I mean? We've got Captain Parasha in the class as well, you know what I mean? I'm going to get into some topics tonight in regards to history. Also, make sure you pay tithes, 10% of everything you earn go to the priests and prophets of the Most High. Also, we got the feast day coming up Sunday, which is the 28th of November. You know, bring your family, kids, children, the whole nine. It's gonna be a party, Salakia. You know what I mean? That's all I can say, man. Salakia, man. It's gonna be a good day, man. Also, make sure you sign in for attendance. Any brother that wants a name, put your name in the chat. You know, put your name in there. Do your 90 days. Come in, get all black. Get yourself a name. Work your way up these ranks in the UPK, man. You know what I mean? Learn the Bible properly, man. You know how you go to work and your supervisor or your team leader or your what's the one or a manager. You know what I mean? You can get the same titles, but of the Most High, man. In this work that we do in the UPK, you can be an officer. You know what I mean? A captain of 13,000, 10,000. All you got to do is work for it, just like how you work for on the job, man. On the job, you work for your place, with experience and knowledge. You know what I mean? You grow in position. The same thing in the UPK, man. With the more experience you got, more knowledge you get, more wisdom you get. You know what I mean? You become stronger and stronger when you get a bigger name for yourself, man. A bigger titles like you, a bigger rank, more responsibility. You know what I mean? It's not glory or, to rule over brothers, but to get more responsibility. And that's what we need, man. We need more brothers that can rule, man. More brothers that can look after people and make sure brothers are fed. And look what you saw with the mission to Akuna. You know what I mean? The captain Yati Slakia. You know what I mean? Was a brother that one time was a trooper, man. That one time was an officer. He worked his way up. Why? To get responsibility, so that one day he could feed poor Haitians in the border. That's being mistreated by the U.S. government, man. And you know what I mean? You should want to do it also, man. You should also want to do that, man. You know what I mean? What else we got? We got the Wednesday class, 7 to 9, 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. Tuesday class, which is online in Manchester by Officer Tazapa one and Trooper Alban. We got Thursday class with scripture breakdown by Captain Parasha. You know what I mean? 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. Make sure you do as well. You know what I mean? Ask your questions, bring your breakdowns. I think you're gonna break down the shield this Thursday for that clown. One clown calling on the ends, man, talking about yo, that shield, that star, sorry, that star right there, man, is demonic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, man. Ridiculous, man. All they have to do really is just come to class. Come to class on Thursday. Instead of being all proud and thinking you know it all, just come to class and ask the question, man. Talking about this is demonic, that is demonic. You know, most likely his brother's high, man. You're not gonna tell me Segula don't get high, man. Sorry, you're not gonna tell me Segula is sober all the time. Somehow I just don't believe it, man. We'll get that on Thursday class as well, man. Any questions, make sure you type it in the chat. I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, Friday as well, 9 to 11 on the ends, man. We're gonna get there as well. So Friday, 9 to 11 on the ends. Powerful show, very hot topics. If you got any topics you want us to bring out, just email it to isupkuk@gmail.com. isupkuk@gmail.com. Just email it and we'll touch on it. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into World Happy Day first and foremost. Gonna find out what that's about, the history of that, and yeah, can you read about that? So of course, it's World Hello Day, Solari.
Well, hello there.
So the day in November, which is today, or I think it was yesterday actually. So yeah, 22nd today. So Hello Day was yesterday. They got listen, the oppressor got all types of days, man. The black man, you don't even know. All you gotta do is get yourself a calendar. On that calendar, you'll see days that you've never heard before. You've never heard of in your life. You're like, what the hell is this? Hello Day and St. Patrick's Day and Saint this day, Saint that day. And one of them is what? Hello Day, man. Which is ridiculous. It's a day where countries come together and squash their beast, man. Some silly day that they make. They make days on anything. In the UK, there's something called Pancake Day, where everybody's supposed to go out there and flip a pancake, man. And people don't know where that day even comes from. That day right there is satanic, man. That day right there, it links back to what Easter and Lent, where the priest wouldn't eat meat, so he'd eat pancakes. And legend had it, a woman was flipping a pancake because she was late for work and didn't want to burn the pancake. And everyone goes, you know what, I like that. And now they have the pancake race in schools, man. with people running around flipping pancakes. According to the Bible, there's no day called Pancake Day. According to the Bible, you can eat a pancake whenever you feel for pancakes, man. Whenever you wake up in the morning and you feel, I fancy a pancake, man. That's Pancake Day for you, man. According to the Bible, when you want turkey, then you can eat turkey. You ain't got to wait for Christmas. You ain't got to wait for Thanksgiving, man. In the Bible, if you want some bun and cheese, you ain't got to wait for Easter, man. You want some bun and some fish. You want some fish black, man. You ain't got to wait for Good Friday. All these things are superstitions that the pagans put out there, man.
That's right.
You can eat it whenever you want, man. So like, let me get that when Paul said it. Shalom, Mabo Saw, how about Shem Shabbat?
Sorry about that. The laptop didn't give me a problem.
No sweat, no sweat. Sorry, the volume on it a little more.
So what scripture looking for?
I think it's in the Acts. You give me Acts. Acts 17 and 22.
You want me to read?
Yeah. One second. Is it the laptop that's making him low, or is it the speaker itself? Putting it hella low. So, yeah, you sound kind of low, Mama. So just no sweat. Carry on. Yeah, read that for me. Acts 17. Did I say 22?
Yeah, Acts 17:22. Slacky.
Yeah.
Then
Please.
Paul stood in the midst of Mars, Hill, and said, "Ye men of Athens."
So Athens is a place in Rome. I believe Athens is the capital of Rome to this day. Am I correct? Is it? Yeah, I believe it is.
So, yeah.
I think Florence is the capital of Greece, is it? But Athens is Rome. I can't remember. Anyway,
No, it's other way around. Athens is Greece.
Athens is Greece.
Yes.
Yeah, Athens is Greece. Yeah, Greek mythology. Athens is the capital of Greece. And Paul saying, "Ye men of Rome." Look, let me get this right. So, like, you're gonna wait there. Let me get my geography on. Yeah, capital of Greece is Athens. So Paul is in Mars Hill. Rome was known for having different hills. They have a hill for their politics, a hill to debate, and Mars Hill was a place where everyone would go and debate. And today, England got that same hill. It's called Speaker's Corner, man. It's a place where people go just to debate, just to debate about God or finances or tax or what's the best color, whatever the case may be. People go to there to debate. And in the time of the Romans and Greeks, they had a place for the same type of rhetoric, which was called Mars Hill. And Paul went there, why? To win brothers over, man. People say, why do you go to Speaker's Corner? It's full of Muslims, man. Why do you take jingles with rappers saying the ISUPK? Listen, they're disgusting rappers, man. Why do you do this? Why do you do that? To win brothers over, man. You listen, rappers don't mean nothing to me. Like, rappers is a black man with talent, man. But I know that you love them rappers. So I'm going to take a picture with that rapper so you go, oh, this is my favorite rapper, but who's this guy next to him? Let me go look him out, man. We go out on the streets. Why? Because we like the streets? No. Because you're on them streets shopping, man.
That's right.
We use the internet. Why? Because we're computer freaks. Nah, man. Listen, in the UPK, we are far from computer technical geeks, man. Just about to work a computer, man. But we learn to work the computer. Why? Because you're on the computer, man. You're on Facebook. You're on Instagram. You're on Twitter. You're on TikTok. So guess what? We got to be on there too. And black people love. This is one thing black people like to do. That is debate, man. In Jamaica, they call it a reasoning. Nah, man, it's just what a reasoning. You know what I mean? Come make a reason, man. Listen, growing up in Benjamin, listen, brothers just love to sit down and reason, man. And that's what you saw in Mars Hill. People just reasoning. Yeah, man. Come make just what a reason, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, come just read. You know what I mean? You see black men playing dominoes, just one bag of reasoning, man. Black men playing cards, just one bag of reasoning, man. Black people sitting down, just all this type of reasoning.
That's right.
And that's what they were doing in Mars Hill, man. Reasoning, Salakia. Keep it doing. Go on, Mausa.
Slacky. I perceive that in all things ye are too suspicious.
But Paul said in all things you are too superstitious, man.
Superstitious.
Superstitious is when people don't walk on the ladders because it gives you bad luck. People see a black cat, oh, And that's black people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are superstitious, man. You better, if you're from the UK and you don't know Mexicans, you better find yourself some Mexicans, man. Some Issacharites, them brothers are superstitious, man. They believe that the statue of Mary cries, man. They're super Catholic and do this sign, and they believe they burn green candles for money, black candles to ward off. Listen, all tribes are superstitious. Black men, we gotta stop being so superstitious, man.
That's right.
If you're from Jamaica and you're kind of Caribbean, forget about it, man. We are hella superstitious, man. Sleep with your bedclothes inside out because you know it wards away duppies, man. Don't listen. You should only eat bun on Easter. Black man, listen. If you feel for bun, you eat bun, man. You feel for fish. Don't wait for Good Friday to eat fish. You eat fish whenever you want to eat fish, man. You know what I mean? Don't give your woman chocolates on Valentine's Day. Give her chocolate when you want to give her chocolate, man. You want to go out with your wife and have a good time. You do it when you want to have a good time. You want to buy your son a bike. Don't buy it for Christmas. Don't buy it because it's his birthday. All these things are superstitious, man. You do it when you want to do it, man.
That's right.
That's when you do it. You want to give your woman a gift. You want to buy her a ring. You buy a ring when you want to buy a ring, man. You got to buy it on Valentine's Day. You got to eat fish and bun on, Good Friday and Easter, man. All this stuff just superstitious. And as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are hella superstitious, man. And Paul said what? Read that again.
I perceive that in all things ye are too superstitious.
And Paul said, in all things, we are too superstitious. In all things, man. In everything we do, superstitious, man. Black people keep a night, man, and spray rum everywhere. Spray rum everywhere, man. So that, yeah, man, because it's a ward off the bad demons and the spirit needs to cross over into the other world, man. And if you don't have a good night, then, the spirit will be stuck and rule the earth. Black people in church, forget about it, man. Superstitious. Black people in the mosque, forget about it. Superstitious, man. There's a brother that every time he touches it, the Muslim, and every time he touches his neck, he blows, isn't it? He blows his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
He goes. If you're a Muslim with a kufi on, you are superstitious, man. Muslims believe that if you don't have a kufi, Satan will piss on your head.
That's right.
That is superstition, man. That is superstition, man. God damn, so lucky. They believe that Satan farts in your ear. All types of fetish, disgusting stuff that Muhammad was dealing with, man. He put in that book, man. A man farts in your ear, pisses on your head. What kind of nasty R. Kelly type of thing is this, man? And that's what they deal with, man. One bag of superstitions, man. Things that ain't real.
Slack it, sir.
Slack your mouth, sir.
You know that in the morning when they get up and they wash their nose, they say the devil go into their nose at night.
Can't. They do, yeah. When they're fasting, they wash their hands and they wash their nose. They splash water in their nose. They're serious. Wash their nose. Listen, I don't know. I'm not superstitious like them. And we were so superstitious back then that even Christ had to get on us, man. Someone give me that with the washing of hands. Christ had to get on us, man. No problem. Give me the book of Matthew. Give me Mark 7. Mark 7 and 2.
Slack it.
Mark 7 and 2.
The book of Mark 7 verse 2. And when they saw some of the disciples eat bread with this defiled hand, slacky, eat bread with defiled, that is to say, with unwashed hands.
So the scribes who are the leaders, man, your pastors and your vicar and all these top people that everyone loves, and people go to them when they need spiritual advice. People go to them when they want to know about God, and the people that know it all. Like today, if you want to know about maths, you go to a maths teacher. He knows everything. You go to Tony Blair. You go to the professor, the scholars. This were the scribes and Pharisees, man. And they saw Yahushua. You know, Yahushua claimed to be a leader because he was. And they rode up on Christ like, look at this guy, claimed to be a leader, sitting down with gangbangers and drug dealers. Look at him, come from Nazareth. Me, I'm a leader, and I come from the best parts of Jerusalem and the best parts of Galilee. My dad's great granddad, he was a Pharisee. I went to the best schools, I speak the best. And they thought, look at this nigga, man. Who did he think he is, man? To call himself a leader. So they approached Christ. Why? To attack him, to question him, and to try to trap him in his words, man, with his men. And as they went to attack Christ and attack him and to question him, and like what they do to the UPK, so why you got that star around your neck? So you believe in multiple wives, but the Bible says they twain shall be one flesh. See, twain means two. I got you there. They did the same thing that they do to us, man. They try to do it back there to Christ. They try to trap him in his words, try to confound him. And they saw Christ's disciples eating bread with unclean hands, man. And the Pharisees were some superstitious guys, man. Superstitious. They thought that you gotta get baptized, and because you're baptized and you dunk yourself in water, it makes your spirit clean, man. Just because your exterior is clean, that's what they believed. And they saw Christ has been eating with dirty hands, man, which ain't a sin, by the way. Wash your hands when you eat. Wash your hands when you eat food, but it's not a sin. If a man's hands ain't washed, he's not a sinner, man. You can't tell him, man, you must wash your hands. It's not a law in the Bible. That's hygienic, but it's not a law. But they had many superstitions, man, many little things that they would do. And Christ cut them on it, man. And they saw Christ's men with unwashed hands. And the first thing he said was, look at your men eating with unwashed hands. Keep it in.
Mark 7, verse 3. For the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they wash their hands oft, eat not holding tradition of the elders.
And he said the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they wash their hands, often eat not. So they had a tradition where they wouldn't eat unless their hands would wash first. And it says what? Holding the tradition of the elders. This wasn't in the Bible. This is a tradition that they had, man. Something that they had. Eating bun and eating fish at Good Friday. That's not what God said. That's a tradition that black people have. That's been happening for thousands of years. Rubbing rum on your face at a night. That's not in the Bible. That's a tradition that we have over the years that we stick so dear to, man. Not walking under a ladder. That got nothing to do with God. That's a tradition that we had over the years, and it's become law now in our communities. And back then, we had traditions and superstitions also, man. And one of them was you must wash your hands, man. Keep it in.
Slaki. And when they come from the market, except they wash, they eat not.
And when they come from the market, except they wash, they eat not. Just like the Muslims, man. The Muslims gotta wash their nose and all that garbage that's there, which you can do if you want. Hygiene's good. Ain't nothing wrong with good hygiene. But you can't tell a man, listen, you are wrong for not washing your nose. You can't tell a man, listen, you ain't godly for not doing that. You can't do that, man. Because that's not required of God. If that's what you want to do, then that's fine. And Christians do it today. Christians say you can't make the kingdom unless you're baptized. You born again. You gotta be dipped in water, man. Meanwhile, members of the church are molesting babies, man. That's what God requires of you. They put the traditions of God to one side and hold up their own traditions. They say you gotta be baptized, you gotta wash. You eating chicken on Good Friday, that's so evil. Meanwhile, there's sexual deviance under their choir, man. And when you ask them about them sexual deviance under their choir, they go, oh, no one's perfect. So that a minute ago, you were looking to crucify me for not washing my nose, man. But when it comes to homosexuals, oh, no one's perfect, man. So excuse me. You got a woman vicar. A woman vicar in their church, man, teaching. I say, yo, what's this woman vicar doing, man? God's against that, man. Oh, no one's perfect, man. Listen, I don't care where the word comes from. If it comes from someone, it comes from someone. But hey, go get baptized. That's what it means when Christ said, you lay aside the commandment of God and hold the tradition of men.
That's right.
Your little washing stuff, you hold it dear like, yo, what? You hear that? This man ain't washed. He ain't washed his hands, he ain't washed his nose, he ain't baptized, man. When it comes to, but what about the homosexuals? Oh, no one's perfect, man. God made him this way. Keep reading.
And many other things there be which they have received to hold, as the washing of cups and pots, brasses, vessels, and of tables.
There you go. And they had a tradition where they washed everything, man. Cups, tables, this, that. And they thought that was godliness. Some tradition they made up, some superstition they made up, man. And thought that was godly. And they thought these things make you godly and these things make you closer to God. And if you don't do this, you're wrong. And Christians do the same thing in 2021, man. Christians think they're godly. Why? Because they don't wear gold. Look at him in his gold teeth. He's going to hell with them gold teeth, man. Disgusting. Look at him over there playing rap music. Segula playing rap music, bopping his head. He's going to hell, man. Anyway, I must go smoke this spliff right now because no one's perfect. That's them. They lay aside the commandments of God and hold their traditions. They feel like they're so holy and so righteous with their man-made law. See, a Christian don't go to the bookies. A Christian don't bet. and he thinks he's so righteous because he don't bet. And guess what? We're more righteous than him, and we bet, man. So luck ya. In the UPK, we play some bets, man. So luck ya, man. Every time there's a boxing match, I take myself to the bookies, man. Put a little tenner on them. I put a tenner on them Wilder the other day. So luck ya. I didn't see that £10 back. Lost that. And I do it, and I'm more righteous than your pastor. And I ain't dunked in water. I wear gold. I got braids. I'm a man with braids. And I'm more righteous than your pastor, man, than your vicar, man. Because they hold traditions of God. Meanwhile, I keep God's laws, man. There's a big difference, man. I do what God commands me to do, and you do what men command you to do, man. Keep it in.
Slacking. Then the Pharisees and scribes asked him, Why walk not thy disciples according to the tradition of the elders?
And asked him, hold on, why are your disciples keeping the tradition of the elders? Asking him like as if you're wrong for not doing this. It's like a man saying, yo, Mawasa, why you don't keep 9 nights, man? You're wicked because you don't keep 9 nights. Listen, 9 nights are not from God, man.
That's right.
I don't have to keep them. The march on Christ, like okay, so you call his house a leader, yeah. So what's all this? How come your men here ain't washing their hands, man? Why you not keeping the traditions of the elders? Some leader you are, yeah. So you're a man of God, and you ain't. But so you're a man of God, yeah. But hold on, none of you are baptized though. You know what I mean? None of you are baptized though. So when did you get baptized? When all this, I don't have to be, man. I don't have to wash my hands, man. They're so trapped up in the tradition of men, they forgot that it's not even a law. They forgot what God actually requires from you. They forgot, man. They think this makes somebody. And that's what Christians do today in 2021. Mama, so you see them at camp.
Yes,
You know, which one of you are saved? Huh? Which one of you have been baptized and received the Holy Ghost? You're out here judging people, and none of you have been baptized. And he thinks that, see, so I am. I'm over you guys. You don't even see the Spirit of the Holy Ghost yet. You know what I mean? I'm baptized. Little does he know, I don't have to be baptized. So luck ya. And anyone that don't believe me, listen, bring it to Thursday's class, man. That's what I'm saying. So luck ya. Thursday class of scripture, breakdown class, you bring it, and we'll break it all the way down, man. That washing your body don't mean anything. So like, listen, homosexuals have sex with another man and then wash themselves after that. Right after they've had sex, they wash all the sweat off themselves and all the gunk off themselves right after they've had sex with another man's woman, man. That's what you call baptism. They wash themselves. That don't mean anything, man. And they're gonna do it again. A man washes himself right before he's about to lynch your woman. He's like, yeah, your man's gone. Yeah, soon come. And he has a good wash. He's a good baptized. He puts water on himself. He puts water on himself and gets himself fresh so he can press your woman, man. Baptism don't mean don't mean jack, man. But you saying you bring it to Thursday's class, man.
That's right.
Slacker, we done.
But eat bread with unwashed hands. He answered and said unto them, Well, and Isaiah the prophet of you hypocrites, as it is written, this people honored me with their lips,
So
but
Christ,
their heart is far from me.
Christ did we do what Christ do today. When someone asks the questions, how do we answer their question? With the Bible, man. We get the chapter and verse, just like Friday, when that nut job called in, man. He said, prove to me that that's not a star. And what did we do? Chapter and verse, man. Wisdom of Solomon 13:1. Christ did the same thing. Christ said what? Well, have Isaiah prophesied of you? Christ went to the book of Isaiah, man. Chapter and verse, and said, hypocrites, as it is written, this people honoreth me with their lips. He said, so you know when Isaiah was Christ got the scripture, read it, and then broke it down. So you know what Isaiah was talking about hypocrites? He's talking about men like you, man. Talking about men like you. You know when I talk about baptism, I'm talking about men like you, man. Right about now, I was talking about baptism, how people think they're better than people because they're baptized. And I got the scripture, man. I showed you how that relates to the Christian church. Christ did the exact same thing. The ISUPK is the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. We do what he does, man.
That's right.
Christ got a chapter and verse, went to the book of Isaiah, man. I said, this chapter talking about you, man. You're hypocrites. Hypocrites are a man that says one thing and does something else. Hypocrite a man that says you should do this, but he does something else. And if you learn about the scribes and Pharisees, listen, they were the biggest hypocrites, man. They were meant to be the upholders of the law and didn't keep no commandments, man. Didn't keep not one. Keep it in.
Shalaki. Verse 7. Albeit in vain they worship me.
Stop there. He goes, how be in vain they worship me? Christian, you worship Christ in vain, man. All them Sunday services and backsliding. It's waste time. It's a waste of time. It's all the backsliding and moonwalking and the organ playing. Christian got a thing with it. Hit the organ. It sounds good. Hear it. It go brrrr, up, down. All that, it sounds sick, man. All that dancing and shuffling. It's in vain. God don't hear none of it, man. Yeah, but I've been baptized. Yeah, but I wash my hands every time I eat. God's like, so? Yeah, but I baptize people also. So? Vain means what? Nothing, vanity. You're serving God for nothing, man. Yeah, but listen, I've been playing the drums in church for 20 plus years, man. That's not what God requires of you, man. All this is in vain. You think, oh yeah, I'm the man, I'm going to heaven, man, because I'm the man. I've been part of the church choir for 16 years. Da, 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 da. Meanwhile, you got homosexuals on your choir, man. You're serving God in vain. You think in your head, I'm a man of God because see, I've done, I've held 45 wedding ceremonies and I wear the baddest suits to church, man. God said, in vain you worship me, man. Muslims got the hat on, man, and walk the street with a man dress, thinking, whoa, I'm not embarrassed. I'm rocking my shit. Listen, I wash my nose, hold up, I fast every Ramadan, don't break it. Listen, all that is in vain. It is worth it, man. God don't want it at all, man. He don't want it, man. What God wants you to do is stop having sex with men's women, man. What God wants you to do is stop being a Muslim, stop being a Christian, man. Stop having sex with men's wives and other men, and your woman, stop, going on these night outs and lips in your brethren and anything that's a sin. God wants you to stop, man. See, I don't go to the book. It's full of drug dealers and gangbangers. Listen, forget all that, man. How about you stop molesting them children, man?
That's right.
If you don't want to go to the book, it's your personal preference, man. But it don't make it better than someone else, man. In the Bible, you got do's and don'ts, and then you got preferences. There's things that some men like to do, and then there's things that all men must do. You get me? So the things that some men like to do, some men like to gamble, some men don't. Some men like chicken, some men like fish, and then there's things that's fish is something that you prefer to eat, but then pork is something that we all can't eat, man. Some men don't eat chicken, some men don't eat rice, some men don't eat this for the taste or whatever the case may be. But there's some things that everyone cannot eat. Some men like light skin women, some men like slim women, some like fat women. But there's one woman that no man can like, man. No man can touch. That's the Bible, man. And the scribes and Pharisees they take things that are preference and turn it into a law. Keep reading.
Salaki. Teaching for doctrine the commandments of men.
Read that again.
Teaching for doctrine the commandments of men.
And you teach for a doctrine the commandments of men. You get a commandment of men, something that men say, but you should get baptized, You can't go to the book. Going to the book is wrong, and you teach it like it's a commandment, man. You can't go to the book, it's evil. What else do Christians say you can't do? You can't have gold. Gold's evil, it's flashy, it's boastful. They teach it like it's a commandment of God, but it's not, man. Keep reading.
Salaki, verse 8. For laying aside the commandments of God, ye hold the traditions of men.
Oh, there you go. That's what the point I'm getting to. You drop the commandments of God and you hold the tradition of men. Somehow you forgot about homosexuality. No one talks about that more. Everyone's scared of the LGBTQ community. Everyone's frightened. Down to your pastor. Leave them alone. Listen, go to TD Jakes and Creflo Dollar and all these big pastors and say, yo, so what do you think about homosexuals? You guarantee everyone's scared. Everyone giving them safe answers. Well, I believe from you're a good person, shouldn't really matter, Everyone's scared stiff, man. But then they'll tell you must get baptized, man. So lucky, yeah. Tell you must, you're evil not for doing so. You know what I mean? Ask them about a woman. Everyone's scared of women. Everyone's scared. Why? Because there's more women than men. Women got all the money. You disrespect a woman now, you're going to be cancelled. Everyone's scared of women, man. Everyone knows in the Bible that women shouldn't be in charge, but everyone don't want to hurt their feelings. Everyone's scared. Ask them about a woman. Well, one bag of stuttering.
Salaki, sir.
It's lucky, go on.
But remember, in this country, the women will always get the rights. If you look at them, they complain, say they feel threatened. In Jamaica, when you approach a woman, you just approach a woman. You don't have to set up no dates or anything. But in this country, the law make you scared of woman. Yeah,
listen, this country, America, England, and in fact the whole world, man, worship the woman. And women got the nerve to walk around like they're hard done by. Have you heard women out there? Hard out here being a woman, man. You know what I mean? I'm already in the negative. I'm a woman. I'm thinking, what? Someone explain. What world are you living in? The white man loves women. If your woman calls police on you, listen, you're going to jail, man. Your woman could hit you first. You are going to jail. The policeman ain't gonna ask no questions of what happened. So she hit you first. No, you are going to jail, man. If you listen, ask Dr. Dre about women, he'll tell you, man. His wife got all of his goods, man. Listen, it could be your house. If your woman calls the police, the police saying, listen, please, man, I won't lock you up, but can you stay somewhere else for the night? You're like, officer, it's my yard. Yeah, go to your mom, sister, something. Come on, man. You can't put her on the street. Like, officer, the law says my house. Kick her out, man. He ain't kicking her out, man. You gotta leave your own house. She gets the children. She gets half your money. She gets the house. Every love song to every song that women make towards men is, oh, you ain't shit. I don't want no scrub. To the left. Irreplaceable. Every love song a man makes to a woman is, oh, I miss you, baby. Take me back, man. Please, man. What's Jodeci? Baby, I'm begging. Baby, I'm begging, baby. The whole world worships women, man. But for some reason, women are hard done by. Women are hard done by. They can't get enough. Society is oppressing them. It's on them. Where? Excuse me. Women even get both sides of the cake. Women complain that they want equal rights, but then when they hear a noise at night time, they send the man downstairs, man. Like, if we equal, why can't you go downstairs? Is it if you let your woman hold all the shopping bags and say, yo, what kind of man is he? Let his woman hold all the shopping bags. I'm thinking, yo, but we're equal, man. She's a man just like me. She's strong just like me. We're equal. And guess what? You're past that. Men would never speak against women because they're too scared, man. They're too scared. And look, a woman gonna say, excuse me, I can't teach. And men are so soft, they don't want that smoke. Like, oh God, yeah, you can. Pastor is weak, man. He don't want that smoke, man. And he will lay aside the commandments of God. Listen, women, we love women in the UPK, man. We love women in the UPK, but it's not a woman's job to do what we do, man. She got her job, man. And your pastor will let her do this job, sit up here, because he's scared of her, man. Me, you know what I mean? Let her do that. He lays aside the commandments of God and gets mad at us because we got 2, 3 wives. That's wicked. You got 2, 3 wives. You're lustful. But pastor, what about the women in your church? Listen, don't worry about that, man. They lay aside what God says and uphold their own laws, man. That's what they do. And they got their stupid little explanations. The woman will take it from the rib off, man. See, that's the man's side. It wasn't his foot. Like, oh, shut up, man. You know what I mean? But again, you know, if you believe the woman's equal to the man and so forth, you know what you gotta do, man. You bring it to first class, man. We gotta break it on that too, man. We love women, so it's not a thing that we're bashing women. It's just how God set it up, man. God set it up for the men to teach, man, for the men to rule, for the man to be dominant, man. And the oppressor being the antichrist, he does everything the antichrist, man. God said the man should be in charge. He goes, nah, I want a woman in charge. He does the antichrist. That's what it is. Read that part again, verse 8, Baba Kushar.
Mark 7, verse 8. For laying aside the commandments of God, ye hold the traditions of men.
That's what they do. They lay aside the commandments of God and hold up the traditions of men, man. They hold the traditions of men so high. You believe that it's the commandments, man. You dare, you're a black man, then you go to the chip shop on a Sunday. Oh my God, you're a black man, you cook Sunday dinner. Oh my God, like you sinned. You got no Sunday dinner. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, the same man cooking Sunday dinner, smoking weed, man. Imagine this year, you're over the pot with a spliff in your mouth, talking about, yo, Sunday, man, I gotta cook up this dinner, man, because it's wrong not to cook Sunday dinner. You got a spliff in your mouth. Little do you know, you're rushing to make a Sunday dinner, but you're not worried about the weed in your mouth, man. But that's what you should be concerned with. If you lay aside the commandments of God and you're forcing and rushing and making sure you cook your Sunday dinner on time, man. You make sure your peas are soaked on the Saturday, man. Why? Because Christianity says on a Sunday, you must have a big meal, man. You lay aside, God said don't smoke weed, I forget that. but the peas must be put on Sunday, because that's the commandments of man. And man says Sunday is God's day, and you must have a nice big food on Sunday, man. And that's what brothers do. So luck, yeah. My grandma used to smoke over the stove on Sunday as she's cooking. You know what I mean? Because Sunday, you know, I gotta make sure this is ready. I'm like, yo, what about the cigarette between your lips, man? You gotta make sure you take that out too. Oh, don't worry about that, man. That's nothing. Forget what God says. I'm trying to get the Sunday dinner ready, man. Car. The white man says on a Sunday, you must have a big meal, man. Let me get this ready. And that's what brothers do, man. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones. It's what people been doing for the beginning of time. So like I said, is there anything on that? Or
that was on point.
No, sweat. So okay, if you could give me the hello day. When the golden set called about hello day. And that was yesterday, was it? Was it today?
Yesterday.
It was yesterday. Go on.
All right, from the Wikipedia, World Hello Day. World Hello Day is a secular holiday observed annually on November the 21st.
So November the 23rd, which yesterday was hello day. Secular holiday means not religious. That's right, isn't it?
That's right.
So that Christmas, Easter, Eid, those are what religious holidays. Then you got holidays like pancake, no, it's religious.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. You got ones like what's that, like bonfire night. Those are secular. the holidays that are not religious. Secular means what? Non-religious.
Yes.
That's what it means. Keep reading.
Slaki. At the washing of
No, no,
pots.
no, no. Slakia, not you. Captain Pastor reading Slakia.
Oh, sorry. Slaki.
To express that conflicts should be resolved through communication.
So, this day is a day where countries will resolve their conflicts through communication. So, on this day, America won't beef with Iraq about oil. This day, America won't beef with Russia about communism. This day, they will communicate on this day. They won't beef, they won't fight. On this particular day, they'll actually speak about it. So if you're a man and you're a spy and you work for America and your job is to go to Iraq and get the poppies and all them places where the white man goes and steals, man. So that's what known for stealing. This day you can't do it, man. You gotta do it by communication. Keep it in.
Rather than the use of force.
So rather than use of force, so rather than going down there as a spy and you Jet 12 and dropping bombs and stealth and Rambo war paint and whatnot, just today where you do it by communication, you talk it out and yada yada yada, man. It's like if you're watching gangster movies like this, what's that movie, The Wire, when at the Sunday Truth? On the Sunday, no one can kill each other. Or you watch that movie John Wick, where in the hotel, no one can bust shots in the hotel. It's off limits. And this day, the secular holiday where you can't, no war, you must deal with it by communication. Freedom.
Participants verbally greet 10 people or more on that day as an expression of importance of personal communication.
So people see their first 10 people and like held them up or say hello to symbolize communication. That's why it's called Hello Day. Keep it in.
In preserving peace, the annual global event.
It's annual and global. Annual means every year. Global means international. Keep it in.
Global event began to be celebrated in 1973.
It's pretty new, man. 1973. The history gonna go into it in a minute. It came from a war with what so-called Jewish man, what's it called, the Jordanians and them people there. They had a war, and after that they said, from now on we have a day where we can talk things over. And this is history as well, but it's pretty recent history. 1972. That's about 60, 70 years old. Not too long. But keep it in.
As a response to the Yom Kippur War.
So there's something called the Yom Kippur War. Yom Kippur in the Hebrew is what Day of Atonement. Yom means day, and Kippur means atonement. And them being the fake Jews, they got their own Hebrew now, which is mixed with vowels and all types of stupidness. And they put the Yom Kippur. And Yom, the old sound, not just in Hebrew, Yom. It's actually Yom today, Day of Atonement. And there's something called the Day of Atonement Wars. You get that from I got the background. Yeah.
All right. World Hello Day was founded in 1973 by Brian McCormack, a PhD graduate of Arizona State University.
This man worked in Arizona State University of America, some PhD scholar, student.
And Michael McCormack, a graduate of Harvard University, in response to Yom Kippur War.
Where did he study? Harvard University, man. You know what I mean? Where were the scribes and Pharisees from? The best schools, man. The best colleges. And that's what it is. When the Bible goes commandments of men, that's what it is. The commandment of a man. Some famous man that everyone loves so much, everyone looks up to. He says something, everyone does it. Because he got the prowess. Look at the prowess. The prowess. And he got the accolades and certificates. Everyone goes, well, he must be right then. We call the tradition of the elders, man. The elders with the big piece with the prowess and the accolade and the big stature. And that's what everyone goes, well, they do it. Let's do it, man. Guess who got the prowess today? The white man. He has the prowess. That's why he used to celebrate Christmas, and we all do it, man. That's why he used to celebrate Easter, and we all do it. He says he to have rice and peas on Sunday, and we go, okay, he said do it, so let's do it, man. He says don't eat fish on Good Friday, and that's why we do it, man. He's that PhD scholar who makes the day, and we all follow, man. Just like here, this man was Harvard University, one of the best universities in America, man. Harvard and Yale. You know, in England, you got Oxford and Cambridge. In America, you got Harvard and Yale, man, one of the best top universities, man. And the scribes and Pharisees are what? To the top learned men back in the day, and people following them just like they follow the scribes and Pharisees. Just like how they follow the Christian church and the Christian pastor and the oppressor. Keep reading.
Um, the McCormack brothers mailed 1,360 letters in 8 languages to government leaders worldwide.
So these men sent letters to different government leaders worldwide. So some to China, some to the President of England, Prime Minister of England, sorry, President of this country and that country and so forth. Keep
Worldwide to encourage participation in the first World Hello Day.
There you go. So these men kickstarted the World Hello Day. So now, 21st of November every year, you see people talking, people are fighting. And it came from these brothers here, man. When I mean brothers as in their biological brothers. Not that they're black. These brothers that sent letters telling people, listen, man, let's talk it over, man. And now, guess what? There's a tradition of men where now every 21st annually, there's something called Hello Day, where all countries now are all peaceful, are all loving. People say hello to the first 10 people they see, mimicking what these men did here, man. Any more on that?
Since that time, World Hello Day has been observed by people in 180
Look
countries.
at that, man. Since then, now people in 180 countries observe this day. That's what it takes. One man who got big stature says, "Listen, guys, we gotta start cooking a big meal on Sunday." Not everyone does, man. One man go, "Listen, guys, we gotta start celebrating Christmas, man." Not everyone does. That's all it takes, man. Like, even to this day, scribes and Pharisees, the big people saying, "Guys, listen, we gotta wash our hands, man." Everyone goes, "Yes, wash our hands, man. Let's wash the cups and so forth. Forget what God says. Let's do what this man says," and everyone follows, man. And everyone's doing the same thing in 2021. So like,
World Hello Day was begun in response to the conflict between Egypt and Israel.
and it started because of Egypt and Israel had a war, man, the Yom Kippur War. And because of what happened, these brothers, again, these biological brothers, were upset by it, man, and sickened by it, and started this movement. Sorry.
In the fall of 1973, people around the world used the occasion of World Hello Day as an opportunity to express their concern for world peace.
There you go, man. So everyone's crying this world peace stuff and da 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 da. And it's a day where two countries can talk about their shit instead of fighting it, man. But in the kingdom of heaven, that's not gonna happen, man. So lucky, in the kingdom of heaven, there will be no Hello Day, man. So lucky, Israelites are going to rule, man. And if you don't like it, you're gonna perish. Simple as that, man. So lucky, mother. So give me Isaiah 60 and 12.
So, like you said again, sir.
Give me Isaiah 60 and 12.
Isaiah 16 or 60?
60, so lucky.
60, okay. Isaiah 60, verse 12. The book of Isaiah 60, verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Oh my God, read it again.
Isaiah 60, verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Look at that, man. The kingdom of heaven, listen, there won't be no Hello Day, man. The Israelites are going to rule, and if you don't like it, you're gonna die, man. Simple as that, man. There ain't gonna be no day where we're gonna say, you know what, you eat pork and cat, rat, and dog. I don't, but for today, let's allow the beef, man. Let's stop it, man. God said, you don't want to serve us, you're gonna die, man.
That's right.
We're gonna come to your country, say, yo, China, man, stop eating the bat, man. It's causing coronavirus. And if he don't want to follow us, he's going to perish, man. He's gonna die, man. He's gonna be wiped out, man. You see what happened to China in World War I and II? It's gonna happen again. You see what happened to Hitler in World War I and II? Well, guess what? It will happen again if they don't serve us, man. If they don't listen to what we gotta say. God don't believe in no world peace day, man. God says do something, you do it, man. And God's using blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to rule this earth, man. Black man, listen, the day's coming where you're gonna come off them corners, man, and rule the world. I know it's hard to believe right now because you see black man rule the world. Black man in 10 Downing Street, black man with the crown and say, listen, the only place I can see a black man on the park bench, man. You mean tell me a black man's gonna rule the world? Black man, yes, man. This Bible is real, man. And listen, God is gonna use the nobodies to rule this world, man. Black man, we're coming out of them bookies, man, and we're gonna sit on thrones, man. We're coming out of the trap houses, man. We're gonna sit on them thrones, man. We're gonna come out of the job seekers office, man, and start sitting on some thrones, man. But this is the problem. How much do you want it, man? Let me tell you something, black man. If you don't want it, you would die. The Lord will make sure you die, man. If you want to keep smoking weed, the Lord will make sure you get cancer, man. You want to keep being a homosexual, the Lord will make sure that you get AIDS, man. But the brothers that follow Yahweh and follow God, the Lord will make sure that we sit on thrones, man. The Lord does the impossible. That's what the Lord does. And the Lord will get drug dealers, man, and turn them into men of God. The Lord will get men out of the bookies and turn them into the men of God, man. And we're going to rule the earth. Black men, the same ex-drug dealers and men in the bookies are going to go all over the world, man, telling people what they should and shouldn't do. You know how you go in the news, or the newspaper, and you go, this week, President Barack Obama met with Bush or Blair or something. Black man, that's going to be you. You're going to take a trip to China. They'll say, this week, Emperor Trooper Ira went to China, man. I spoke with the president. You're going to go there and say, listen, tell your people stop eating these bats, man. I don't want no coronavirus, man. You can do just that. And if you hear anything else other than Khan, I don't want Khan. Read that again, Mawasa.
Isaiah 60 verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
And that's what happens. If you hear anything else than Khan, I don't want Khan, that nation will perish, man. That nation will perish. And don't tell me it's wrong, because that's happening today. If anyone that don't listen to America, what happens to them? They perish, man. If any country that don't want to give America the oil, what happens? America invades them anyway. If you don't believe me, you better ask them. You say, oh, shit, you can't, because it's dead. If you don't believe me, what's the other one? And he died, they put the broom in his ass and stuff. What's his name? Gaddafi.
Gaddafi, so
That's the one. Yeah. You don't believe me? Ask Gaddafi, man. They said, we want this, that. He said, nah, I ain't doing it, man. Where is he now, man? Dead. And likewise, we're going to do it righteously, man. We ain't going to kill people because we're bullies. We ain't going to kill people because we want money and we want oil. We're going to do it righteously. We're going to do it why? Because God said so, man. God said, listen, I don't want no more coronavirus, man. I don't want no more Ebola. Ebola comes from eating bush meat, man. Bush meat, what them Africans eat. Africans eat bush meat. And don't tell me Africans don't eat bush meat, man. They do, man. I've seen the documentaries. Well, they do, man. And that's where Ebola comes from. Ebola comes from eating bush meat. And the Lord's so great. The Lord got this whole planet planned out nice, man. Do you know that lions will eat bush meat and won't catch Ebola, man? The Lord put something in a lion that can dissolve the Ebola. It can dissolve it, but there's something in a human that can't, man. And it gives you diseases. It makes you spread it onto other people, man. Bats, inside of bats is coronavirus. And there's something in vultures that can dissolve coronavirus, man. That's how the Lord made it. It's not for you to eat, man. Even the regular flu came from people eating pigs, man. And before people say, you know what? I don't think God wants us to make pigs. Before they did that, you know what they did? Does anyone know? Before man says, you know what? I'm gonna stop eating pigs because it's giving me the flu. It's killing me. God don't want us to eat pigs. They went and made a flu vaccine. Before man says, you know what? Let's stop eating bats, man. It's giving us coronavirus. You know what man went and did? They went and made a vaccine, man. That's how disgusting this oppressive is, man. And that's why God got to destroy this place, man. Do you know God gives sexual deviants AIDS, man? AIDS and all types of diseases. And the white man got a disease now where you can have HIV and live long, where you can treat the AIDS and live long. But AIDS was supposed to make homosexuals say, you know what? I'm gonna start being a homosexual. That's what it was supposed to do. But again, seeing as people don't want to listen to God, God's gonna get tired of dropping hints to people, man, and they're gonna be wiped out soon, man. God sends punishments so we learn, but people don't get it. So the time coming where God's just gonna make them perish, man. Read that again.
Isaiah 60 verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly waste.
The Lord said the nation that will not save us shall totally perish, man. They shall be wasted. Any man talking about, I ain't bowing down to them gollywogs. Oh, nah, I'm saying, no black man's gonna be my king. No fight, no sweat, man. No sweat, man. He said, you don't have to bow to a black man, man. You know what I mean? You can just die.
That's right.
I ain't bowing down to them. Listen, I'm British. Look. Got the bulldog and the bulldog. Got the bulldog in the arm. Got the bulldog and the Union Jack. No sweat, man. We know what happened to you. That's in the Bible, man. Listen, I love my full English with my full English with the sausage and the hash browns and the bacon, man. No sweat, man. You can die with that hash brown, man. You can die with the hash brown in your mouth and the bacon, man. Lost anyone that don't want to listen to us, we will die, man. We ain't having no hello day. We ain't gonna negotiate, man. So someone says like,
Yeah.
go ahead, Mosa.
Did you know that instead of them discouraging people from eating pig, Canada has merged the pig genes with the mice genes to cut down the methane from the pig?
See, so that's some double. That's some double. You got to send me this information, man. That's some double abomination, man. They mixed the what the mice genes.
The mice genes with the pig genes to cut down the methane from the pig.
See, pigs got something called methane in them. So they mix the genes with the mouse genes to cut it down. That's why they're not listening. They're not listening. The Lord's trying to show you something. The Lord, listen, anything that's good for you makes you live. And anything that's bad for you makes you die. Remember when we were young and we used to pick berries? You pick, hey, don't eat them berries, man. They're poisonous. The fact that you would die from eating them berries made you know that, listen, these berries are not supposed to eat. But the white man will make you eat poisonous berries and then give you a vaccine for it. Or he'll mix the genes out of the pig down with mice so you don't get affected. Or he will make some type of medicine that you can have AIDS and live a long life. Nowadays, but AIDS used to kill people. It hardly doesn't no more because they've watered it down. So what the homosexuals think? Yeah, man, forget AIDS, no problem else. Just jump on that little medication they got, man. As the Bible said, they strengthen the hands of the wicked, man. Someone give me Isaiah 66 and 15, man. Because what you said right there was heavy. You said what they mix the pig with mice genes, pig and mice. And guess what? Pig and mice is people eating pig and mice is the same people Christ is coming to kill when he comes back, man. It's in the book of Isaiah 66 and 15. So it's funny you said that. The Bible goes, Christ is coming to kill back people eating what? Pig and mice, man. Them exact two animals that you listed, man. So when you're ready, someone get me that. Ira, if you could, please.
Canada one can, sir. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire,
Look
and
at that,
with it,
the Lord shall come with fire. Let me tell you something. Fire is not a good instrument, man. It didn't say the Lord's coming with flowers. People think that Christ come back to hold everyone's hands. It's going to be a good day. Christ come back with fire. I wonder why he's coming back with fire, man. He was lied to in the churches, man. Christ ain't coming back to hug everybody and to bring peace and everyone's going to go in the cloud and be with God forever, man. Christ come back with fire and fire burns, man. Fire is hot, man. It tells you something, fire don't really have no good properties, man. You know what I mean? It really don't. Yeah, some actually. It can bring heat, it can bring light, but listen, fire is not a nice thing, man. Remember that old saying? Yo, listen, you play with fire, you get burned, man. People say, what? Yo, this man's playing with fire, you know. Test my patience, playing with fire, because everyone knows that fire is nothing to be played with. And this is what Christ is coming back with, man. Christ come back angry, keep it in.
another one can, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
And Christ come back he's coming back with his chariots like a whirlwind, man. If you come to scripture breakdown class, we will prove to you that them chariots are what you call UFOs, man. And UFOs spin like a whirlwind. What man calls UFOs, the Bible calls the chariots of God. They're spinning things that Hollywood make money about. Listen, they read the Bible and said, yo, this is good, man. You think one day men woke up and thought, listen, I got an idea about these vehicles that spin in the air and they make a whirlwind. Yeah, man. Nah, man, they read it in the Bible. While we were too busy smoking weed, they was there reading it in the Bible, man, and making millions, man. Making me what you thought these producers were just original and good writers and just good had a good imagination. Nah, man. They read the Bible. Listen, some of your best movies come from the Bible, man. Some of your best movies come from the Bible. The best inspiration comes from the Bible, man. Look at the best movie, the best child's movie, Lion King, inspired by the Bible, man. You know, the lion's the king of the jungle, like the black man's the king of the jungle, man. And we lost our way, and we forgot who we were. And that was Simba walking around, rolling with what was it called? A warthog and a meerkat. That's black men today around white people, man. That's lost. Simba's out there eating slugs when it should have been eating meat, man. That's us eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Don't know who we are, man. And while he was down, the whole kingdom was dark. And then he came and took back his place, man. Look at Terminator, man. Terminator's about what? A Messiah, a chosen man that will help raise up his race of people from the machines, man. That's meant to be Yahushua, the chosen one, coming to save black people from all these nations that's oppressing us, man. All these nations that put drugs in our neighborhoods, man, and put shops in our neighborhoods and give us their religions and give us their Islam. What else? you got what's it called? Matrix as well. Matrix, man. The one, called the one. How is that one, that chosen one that's coming to save us, man? Matrix, everyone's in the sleep. And what do you think? Black people's in the sleep, man. Black people think we're Christian. Meanwhile, there's more for our life, man. We don't even know. We think the life we live in is real. Think it's real? Ask a black man, so what's your goal in life? Well, just to live good. You know what I mean? Get a pension and then die. And then tell my kids to do the same thing. Meanwhile, God wants you to rule the world and you don't even know it, man. Why? Because you're plugged into the matrix, man. You're told that a good life is to go uni, which it's a net wrong to go uni, man. Go get your money up, man. Why live horrible in this slavery where you can get a job where you work less hours and make more money? Why not? I would never tell no one not to do that. But listen, it's not solely about uni, man. God got more for your life, but we don't even know it. We think what God wants for us is just uni and to be a good Christian and one day die, man. We are plugged into the matrix. We are asleep, man. We don't even know, man. And that's where
Salakia said you're lacking.
Slovakia?
I don't know if it's only me, but you breaking up. You going like
Okay. Mama Star, I'm breaking up.
No, not on my hand.
Okay, it might be yours, cause on my screen, your picture, it looks a bit pixely, so it might be your connection.
Who's mine?
No, Chupira.
Okay.
So it might be that Chupira. The internet probably gonna refresh or something. And all the great inspiration comes from.
that's fine.
Yeah, I believe you break it up. I'm looking at my internet right now. I got 4 bars. I'm nice, so it might be yours. But if you could,
Shall I go out and come back, sir?
yeah, try that, and we'll see from there. Excuse me, I'll wait for the brother to come back. I don't want to read, I don't want to miss it. Any questions? We'll wait for the brother. Any questions? Type it in the chat, man. But yeah, some of these great inspirations come from the Bible, man. All of them do. You ask them, they say, yeah, we read the Bible, man. You ask them, and they'll tell you. Terminator. Terminator, I think every Terminator, apart from the first one, got a biblical name to it, man. Terminator 2 called Judgment Day, Rise of the Machines. What's the other one? What's it called? Revelation or something. They all got like oh man, no. One's called Revelation or something like that.
Judgment Day.
I remember someone said they all got what's it called in the end of the right? Something like that.
Salakia said I got one too. The Independence Day.
Come on. How can I forget, man? Independence Day. The Independence Day describes the UFO to a T, how the Bible describes it, man. A wheel within a wheel, a beam of light coming out of the middle, spinning. How when they fly over the land, they block out the sun. Come on, man. Independence Day was a great one. Obviously, they added a bit of fiction in there. With Will Smith killing the aliens. And they said there's aliens in there. We know angels are in there. But, a little fiction in there as well. Obviously, John Connor being a white man and so forth. I heard John Connor, they call him John Connor because it's JC for Jesus Christ, isn't it? Come on, man. They did that purposely. There's many things that's inspired by the Bible, man. So read on Isaiah 66 and 15.
To render his anger with fury and its rebuke.
Christ coming back to render his anger with fury, man. Christ come back angry. Christ ain't happy. He's angry, man. When Christ come back to do some killing, come with some fire, he come with his army, and he come back furious as well, man. Now I don't know, I don't know about you, but how do you get Christ to come back to hold hands out of this? A man's come back with fire and an army and angry. Somehow you say we're all going to heaven. When Christ ain't coming back with lollipops, man. I don't know about you, but fire and an army. This sounds like bad news to me. a man approaching me with fire and an army and is angry. Listen, I'm not waiting around, man. Seems like Christ is angry over here. Keep it in. Lag.
Salakia, sir, you there?
Yeah. Is there lag there or?
Yes, everybody went away for a minute there.
Yeah, I believe it's internet. I'm cool on this side. So like, Mawasal, you could take over for the brother, please.
Salaki, sir. to render his anger
we are
and his rebuke with flames of fire.
And Christ come back to rebuke with flames of fire, man. Rebuke means to correct with flames of fire. Come to correct, man. And when this kind of correction ain't talking about sitting down and having a reason, man. Come talking to kill. Come to rebuke people. How America rebukes people, man. People say, "No, we're not giving you." People say to America, "We're not giving you our oil," and America rebukes them. He rebukes them. And guess what? He don't have a council. They don't sit down. America sends troops to Iraq and Iran and tanks and so forth, and they run tanks with people's houses and kill people until they get that oil, man. They go to Vietnam and get them poppy seeds, and that's why they rebuke people until people say, "Okay, let's take it, man." Keep it in.
16. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
So fire, anger, army, and the sword. Listen, man, Christ come back for war, man. And Christ come back to plead with all flesh, man. All flesh. The Chinese, remember I said earlier, you're going to go to all the countries in the earth, man. China, Japan, Africa. And you're going to tell them, listen, serve the Lord, man. And if they don't, they are going to perish. This scripture is saying the same thing. Christ come back to plead with all flesh, man. Every last one of them, all them nations, man. Keep reading.
And his slain of the Lord shall be many.
And this, oh my God, look at that, man. Slain means to kill, man. Jesus Christ is coming back with fire, sword, army, anger, and he's going to kill people, man. Someone who's happy ain't going to kill somebody. Christ ain't happy. Christ come back to do some killing. This is the Jesus of the Bible. The Jesus that you know is some loving white man that loves all people, man. That's what you call an antichrist, man. This Christ here is the real Christ of the Bible, man. Why do you think they kill Christ? Because he loves everybody. No, you don't kill someone that loves everybody. Christ was hated. Why? Because he wasn't no punk, man. And that's why we're hated in the UPK to this day. Just like how you hated our king, you hate us, man. We're the people that don't eat pork, and you say, you think you're better than us. Meanwhile, who hates your pastor? Your pastor's supposed to be a man of God, a man that follows Christ. No one hates him. Everyone loves him, man. You eat pork, and he goes, of course you can eat pork, man. No one's perfect. He don't make you feel bad. You love him, man. Everyone loves their pastor. Oh, I love Pastor so-and-so, man. Such a nice person. But the men of God, people hate, man. There's only a special person that loves the men of God, and that's the people that want to change.
That's right.
There's some people out there that say, you know what, I'm eating pork, man, but I see in the scriptures I'm wrong. Oh, let me change my life, man. It hurts, but I'm going to do it, man. Then there's the majority. Who the fuck? Oh, who are you talking to, man? I eat pork for 1 2. It's my life. Listen, you're not better than me. And them type of men is the man we're reading about here, man. The man is going to get this fire. The man that's going to get this rebuke. The man that's going to, who them chariots are going to come for. The man that's going to get this sword. The man that's going to get slain by Yahweh when he comes back, man. This man right here that don't want to change. Keep it in.
Shalaki. Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree.
There you go. And who's Christ? Christ come to kill them that sanctify themselves, man. Sanctify means to clean yourself. Talking about them same Christians that sanctify themselves, man. And what do we call that today when you sanctify yourself and you clean yourself? Read it. What, someone break it down for me. What does it mean?
Sanctify themselves. I mean that it's like glorifying themselves.
All right, when God cleans you, you used to be a homosexual and you're not no more. When God cleans you, you used to smoke weed, but you don't no more. So when God cleans you, you used to have sex with women and throw them away, but you don't no more. But there's one man that cleans himself. What does that man do?
Salakia, sir.
Go on.
Is it referring to the baptizing in the water?
Give my hand. Do you know what I mean? When God cleans you, you're really clean. You used to be a dirty drug dealer, and you don't sell drugs no more. But there's one man that goes, I'm dunked in water, I'm saved. What do you know? I'm dunked in water. You're a man, you cleanse yourself, man. God didn't say you were clean, but you say you're clean because you jumped in water. You say, man says you're clean. Society says you're clean. Your pastor says you're clean. Christianity says you're clean. Why? Because we was at your baptism. And we saw you get dunked in water with the white sheet on you, man. We saw you get, why is it all the white sheet, man? We saw you in Jamaica in the river getting baptized by Reverend Scott. And now you're official now. That's a man that's cleansed himself. He ain't really clean. According to God, God looks at you and God's like, you're disgusting, man. You sold drugs to a pregnant woman. And there's a man that's clean because he wears a Jesus piece around his neck, like your rappers. The man is clean because he sells drugs, but he gives turkeys to people on Christmas. and then, he looks after his community with a bit of change. That's the man that's clean. He's cleaned himself. Society sees him as clean because he went to church on Sunday and got dunked in water. And there's a man that God sees clean, and the God's gonna kill people that what rebel against him and that clean themselves. Talking about them Christians, man. Keep it in.
In the midst of a garden, eating swine flesh.
Eating what? Hold on, read that again.
Slaki. Eating swine's flesh.
And Christ come to kill who?
People eating swine's flesh.
Christ come to kill people eating swine's flesh, man. Swine is an old English word, which means pork. That's it. It means pig. It means pig. Now, when you take a pig and cook it, it's called pork. It's not called pork while it's alive. It's called pork while it's dead. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? And that's what pork is. Pork is cooked swine's flesh. That's what it is. Bacon is swine's flesh cut into strips. Ham is swine's flesh cut into chunks, man. Pork chop is pork flesh cut into chops, man. It's a leg cut into chops. That's what it is. Sausage is pork flesh mushed down and put into a long tube. See, Mausa, I know you didn't say Trenton. I heard that word in ages, man. You know what I mean? And Trenton, man, all of that, you know what I mean? Jerk pork, what's it called? Stew peas with pigtail. The Bible says, how shall I come to kill them eating pork, man? So tell me how a Christian reads this and say, yeah, you can eat what you want, just pray over it, man. What we're reading is a prophecy that hasn't happened yet. The Lord said this will happen, and God don't tell lies. God don't say it was gonna happen, but shame of mind. That don't happen, man. This is a prophecy that ain't happened. You show me history where Christ come back killing people that eat pork. Ain't happened yet. Why? Because he's going to do it, man. We done.
And the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed
And the what?
together. And the abomination and the
And
mouse.
And the mouse. The abomination and the mouse, man. So it's funny you brought that out because Christ comes to kill people eating the mouse also, man. Or them people that eat possum soup, man. Or them people that eat rabbits. Eat rabbit, man. White farmers known for eating rabbit, man. People in the countryside known for eating rabbit, man. That's a mouse that comes from the rodent family. Christ comes to kill the man eating the swine, the abomination, and the mouse, man. We done?
Shall be consumed together, saith the Lord.
God said, I'm gonna consume them both together. I'm gonna kill them both together, man. The man eating the pork and the mouse. What's a penguin? The penguin and the mouse as well. The penguin. Yeah, coronavirus happened because what people's eating what? The bat and the penguin. Let me Google what penguin is. I swear it's a mouse. Penguin. Yeah. Yeah, if you look online, a penguin like a aardvark, man. Remember the aardvark? Some sort of mouse with scales, man. And they was eating this. When the Bible is against this, man. And that's why, everyone, that's why the lockdown happened because of this. That's why there's a riot in the Netherlands right now, man. Because people's eating this. You know what I mean? The government wants to go back into lockdown in the Netherlands, and people are like, nah, man, we've had that already. I can't go back. I can't go back, man. I'm not having it, no. And the government's like, yes, you are. And the people started rioting, man. Armed police started to come out, and so like Ira is the armed police in the Netherlands like that? Is the average police armed?
Canada one cancer. They walk around with a side piece.
Oh, okay, it's like in the UK, police are not armed. Police are only armed with what? Pepper spray and a baton, tasers, yeah. But so if there is a threat, like like if someone's called out for a gun or a knife, then they got separate police called armed response. Just like if someone called about a bomb scare, they got the bomb squad. The armed police is separate police. But the average police don't have guns or whatnot. But in the Netherlands they do, man. I'm hearing people got shot in the Netherlands, man, for rioting. People got shot. People got blasted by the police. Why? Because the Chinese people broke the law of God, man. In China, they was eating something that they shouldn't be eating, and it cost the world greatly, man. Cost the world great finances. Cost the public. They said a lot of the public are have mental health problems and depressed now since lockdown, and everyone's low since lockdown. Everyone ain't been the same since lockdown. Netherlands are getting blasted on because the last thing they want to do is go back to lockdown, man. Go back to being in the house and curfews at 9 and stuff, to the point that they're willing to get shot by the police, man. They're willing to burn cars and riot and the whole nine, man.
Salake, sorry for me.
Go on.
Here in Holland, I don't know why, but it's like a lot of people don't even believe in the coronavirus. They are so against the government. You don't want to know, sir. Lot of them, even politicians, come out saying that this is a conspiracy and all that, and they don't trust the vaccination. They don't like the mask, the wearing mask, and the QR code. You got that over there too. If you want
But
to go to if
you,
you
you
want
mean,
to go to a restaurant or you want to go to the movies or things like
oh, yeah,
that,
yeah. The QR code, you order from the table on the
can
phone. Yeah.
can sir, can. They fighting over that like crazy. Well, the last Friday there was a press conference, and they tighten the shit back up. They
Oh,
were saying that they bring back the mask. Stores are closed at 8 o'clock and things like that. And they restraining more and more people who is not vaccinated. So that's why there was this riot. No, it was in the beginning. It was like a protest, but it end up in a wild thing. With police and then shooting people because for their own safety, because people was going crazy. They burn police cars. And last Sunday I went to, I'm coming over there this weekend, so I needed some black shirts and things like that. So I went to the city, and you see this window broken, this window is patched up over there. Hey, the people went crazy in the town, sir.
crazy. I saw the
Crazy.
news. I saw in Rotterdam. I thought, yo, shit. First thing I thought, oh, snap, Ira.
Thanks, Lord, I was far away from them, sir.
Get on the phone. First thing, what the hell's going on? But yeah, man, people ain't having that. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to chill out, hockey on your how about they ain't having it, man. And you know what's disgusting,
No,
Ira?
no,
I'm gonna tell you what's disgusting, Ira.
Shalom.
White people, yeah, don't like to feel oppressed. White people were told to stay indoors for a month, no, almost a year during COVID, and white people were told to wear a mask and have the COVID vaccination, and on your table have the QR code. And you know what they did? They rioted in Netherlands, man. Rioted in Holland. And meanwhile, they don't understand how black people feel. You had to wear a mask for a year. How do you think black people feel when we had to wear, when we was muzzled for life, man?
That's right.
You got to
That's
be in
right.
the house for 8. We was forced to be in plantation fields forever, man. We wasn't given no freedom. Your freedom is just limited, and you don't want that to the point that you got to go and riot. You want your freedom. You want to be free. You ain't gonna be in no house. You don't want to even use a QR code when you're ordering the food, man. But then you wonder, what's wrong with black people, man? What's wrong with them? Listen, come on, man. It's just a bit of slavery, and that's how disgusting they are, man.
So like you said,
Okay, go on.
that just proves, right, that they're a deaf adder, Salakia,
There you
and
go.
no compassion on black people whatsoever.
That's right. That's right.
Because all them devils always say is, "Oh, why are you not worrying about slavery? And don't worry about it. Get over it." At the same time, now a little lockdown comes. Salakia, what you said, Salakia, a little lockdown comes now, and they can't handle it. That just shows you anyway how wicked they are. Anyway, them people. There's a
They don't like
people, Salakia.
they hate the government for locking them up in the house, but don't see why we should hate them for locking us up in the house, man. We was locked in on a plantation for 400 years, man. Our freedom was limited for 400 years, man. And guess what? Your freedom gets limited just a bit to the point. And you hate it so much, you got to protest and burn down the streets, man. They put a muzzle on black men. Why? To stop us from eating the cane. They'll put a mask on us and padlock it at the back. Because God forbid a black man take a bite of cane. You got fields full of cane, and God forbid while I'm picking cane, I take a bite, man. That's how disgusting they are, and they muzzle black people. Meanwhile, I'm sick of wearing this mask. I'm exempt. I feel claustrophobic. I can't wear this mask. How do you feel our forefathers start, man, when they was muzzled, man? They couldn't take the mask off if they wanted to. Even if they wanted some fresh air, they couldn't look around and take it off. It was padlocked to their face, man. They hate the government for doing this to them. Meanwhile, they don't understand why we should hate them for doing it.
That's right.
Someone get me that scripture quickly when you pulled about the death of Adam, man. If you could have here, if you could, give me 58 and 4.
Salakia?
Psalm 58 and 4, Baba Kushar.
Got on Khan. All right, Psalm 58, verse 4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent.
And they're poison like serpents and stuff. The stuff they indoctrinate us, what they give us is poison, man. Like the poison of a serpent. The Christianity they give us is poisonous, man. The Christianity is so poisonous every day. It makes me, every day I can't fathom it. I go, wow. Black people, leave white people alone. Just love them. I'm like, yeah, but why? They treat us like shit. Yeah, but 2 rounds don't make it right though. Meanwhile, you go to court when a man steals your phone, when a man steals your car, when a man crashes into your car, you go to court. Why? You want justice? When black people want justice, oh yeah, listen, that's wrong, man. Don't want justice, man. Let's not speak about it. Let's put it in the past, man. But let's remember Remembrance Day. Remembrance Day was what last week. Everyone had a puppy on their chest. Everybody went to London, had the 2-minute silence. So we can remember theirs, but can't remember ours. That's the poison they give us, man. It's just disgusting. It's so poisonous we don't even see it. We don't. As a Christian former show the other day talking about we can't play rap music. That's that poison right there, man. Taking away the masculinity from black people.
That's right. That's right.
We can't play rap music because it's demonic. But then we can play Rastaman music talking about praising Haile Selassie. Why? Because it's soft and nice. I told you, listen, but that's serving another God, man. Breaking commandment number 1. Commandment number 1 is don't have no other gods before me. How you buying out and your tunes and stuff, and you're talking about Ethiopian, man? That's idol worship right there, man. And that's Christianity. Christianity thinks, well, from it's soft and nice, okay. That's why pastors speak so soft and nice. Meanwhile, they molest your children. Pastors speak so nice and soft. Meanwhile, they ruin relationships. They tell it's open for a man and woman to divorce and ruin. They turn good women into baby mothers, man, and good men into baby fathers, man. When a real pastor say, "Yo, go fix that shit, man. You got a problem, go home and fix it, man." You I know you want to fight and argue, but go fix it. You can't leave. God said you can't leave. So guess what you got to do? You got to fix it, man.
Right.
If sex too bad, go get some lingerie, man. If she talks too much, speak less, but go make it work, man. That's how you fix relationships, not pastors, though. They say, well, you can divorce, and before you know it, she'll be 3, 4, 5 men, 8 baby fathers. That's the black community. But hey, they speak soft. So that's all that matters. Meanwhile, we speak too loud, so we got to be wrong. Meanwhile, we fix black people, man. You come in the UPK, you don't have no broken home, man. You have no broken family, man. Strong. Listen, relationship in the UPK are not magic. It's not all nice. It's not like, us and our wives, we do actually argue sometimes, man. We do have arguments. Don't get it twisted. I know you see our sisters looking glorious at the holidays, and you think them sisters are righteous, which they are. But listen, both of us are human, man. We bump heads sometimes. But we follow these laws in the Bible, man. We don't leave each other, man. We fix them problems, man. Not out there in the world, though. Your pastor goes, nah, he's not for you, man. He yells too much. Go find yourself a good man, woman. Go on. Go find yourself a man that don't scream at you, man. And have his babies also. 2 baby fathers, don't worry about that, man. No one's perfect. 3 baby fathers, don't worry about that, man. And before you know, you are full out whore, man. Every man can talk about you. 5 men can have a conversation about you, about how, what angle they saw. 5 men can talk about the birthmark you got in your private areas, man. Because of your pastor. That's Christianity is disgusting, man.
That's right.
People think godly is not godly. The most satanic music on the face of the earth is gospel music, man.
That's right.
It's more satanic than anything that King Von about. And you get a King Von album, the worst King Von album, you get Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, and guess what? Gospel music is more satanic, man.
That's
any music that can turn a man into a woman.
That's right.
And cry. That is demonic, man. And that music we don't need.
That's right.
Rap music. Listen, we don't do anything that's in them the rap music, but that music is masculine, man. That music our sons need to hear about fighting and being masculine and being strong. And even the beat is nice and hard and soft. It makes you want to ball, man. Ain't nothing more demonic than that, man. But this brother on the ends the other day was so Christian. He was full of that poison, man. He said Rasta music. Listen, Rasta music I play it sometimes. He said it's righteous. He called it righteous because it's all soft. And that's Christianity, soft.
That's
man.
right. That's right.
It's poison. We done.
Karawan Council. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth, that stoopeth her ear.
And look, the Bible goes, this stop the white man gives us his poison, gives us his Christianity, and he's also like the deaf adder, man, that stops the ear. An adder is a poison snake that if it bites you, you will die, man. But this adder's deaf. So you're like, no, don't shoot. He still shoots your children in the streets, man. Your children are 16 and young and tender and young and innocent, and he shoots them dead in the streets, man. And they're crying, no, don't kill me. And he kills them anyway, like a death snake. A death snake is gonna bite you, man. A snake with ears will probably go, no. He said, don't shoot. But a deaf one can't hear you, and that's why Mark Douglas dead.
That's right.
The deaf adder got the poison snake got him. That's why Sean Charles is dead, man. But Sean Charles was a young man. Listen, to die choking, that means he must have been vomiting and barfing and choking. And this man didn't hear that. He did not hear that. This man got drugs in his belly. I'm trying to get it out, man. He's a deaf adder. Anyone with compassion say, whoa, I think I'm killing him. Let me stop. I'm gonna tell you something, Hakan, that you might not know. Do you know if a man swallows drugs, you can't get it out with your hands?
Can't. Go on.
No, I thought I said that.
Go on.
The last question, say that again.
I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna blow your mind. You might not know this. Do you know if you swallow something, you can't get it back out with your hands?
Oh, that's right, sir.
It's impossible. You have to go to the toilet and get it out that way. It's impossible. Somehow this policeman didn't know that. This grown man that graduated from the police academy.
Salakia.
Didn't know that.
Salakia, sir. That just showed their evil and towards us. No common damn sense to say, you know what I mean? I can't put my hand down his mouth to get the thing, right? We're gonna have to, no common sense. You know what I mean? Open your mouth and just put your hand down there because he hates us that much. And then you got us loving him. Explain
it in 30 seconds.
Look at this brother. Do you know Sean Charles was like 18 years old, and he had a child? A policeman has killed a black man and his child out in the world now by herself or by himself. Why? Because a policeman wanted to be some hero, man.
So like you said for me.
Go on.
That's why, sir. That's why we should just stand back and watch them riots themselves out to death now and fight each other themselves to death. Just don't join them. We should just know, even, and I'm talking then about here in Holland. There was so much protest and things like that for the Zwarte Piet thing, and they still celebrating it. Even this year is coming still up, and there was a lot of demonstration and walking around. So that should show us how much, even if we come in like hundreds, our voice doesn't count. So don't join their protest and their craziness. Just sit back and watch them fight each other and kill each other and go down. That should be glorious for us. We should look at that and give it a hand. Grab some popcorn, right here. Sit back, watch them kill themselves.
That's right.
Instead, we want to join them. No.
This is like what you said, this is their beef, man. Nothing to do with me. You want to go out there and riot and this and that. I'm like, yeah, cool. It's not my country. Like, listen, I'm not fighting for the same country. And then once the riot's over, I'm back to being a nigger again. Nah. You let go, and I'll sit back and watch. I'm fighting for England. And then once it's done, yeah, nigga, go back to working minimum wage. Yeah, nigga, we're going to go kill your son again. Nah, that's your beef, man. But like I was saying, man, this man's a death adder. Mark Duggan must have been choking to death, man. He died, mind you. He must have been choking and gasping. And did this man not once the man go, whoa, let me ease off the gas a little bit. 16 years old, he never, why? Because he's a deaf adder, man. He stopped his ear, man. In slavery, black people beg, master, please, I won't do it again. No, man. His master whipped the skin off your back, raped your woman, man. Master would sell your child across the country to someone else for a good price. You'll beg, master, please, man, nah, man, please, listen, my baby. But imagine a woman crying at the top of her lungs, man, bawling, no, master, give me that baby. Here you go. That would be £400, man. And you're crying. Did he care? No, he stopped his ear, man. He's like deaf poison snake. That's deaf. That can't hear your cries, man. Can't hear you pleading. Can't hear you saying stop. Don't shoot, man. Did anyone know what happened in America? They called Rittenhouse.
Yeah, can't.
Yeah,
the boy shot up.
Yeah, man. Brother was right in America because they're pissed off with the oppression, and this devil took it upon himself. He's not a policeman, not a part of the army. Took it upon himself to go out there with a gun and kill brothers that were protesting, man. No one told him to. He's not a part of the law. He's not a part of law enforcement. Go out there and kill brothers, man. And in court, they said you can't use the word victims. You got to use the word rioters. So whenever you're referring to the people that he killed, don't say when he shot victim number one. You can't say that. You got to say shot rioter number one.
Salakia, sir.
Go on.
Didn't he show a white supremacist sign to the police when he was going up to the tanks? Because he was going towards them, and he showed the white.
Sure, but I'm not too sure. But I know a bit of that story. I know that in court they use them as rioters. So if you're in court, they said they're rioters, not victims. So if you're a juror, you're in a jury. When the man's referring to your loved one that died, he's referring to the writer. So why would you have compassion? Why would you? If you're in court and they say, don't say Hakian was killed, say that rapist was killed. If I'm a juror, I'm like, well, he deserved to die. Every time they mention when he shot that rapist, I walked over to that rapist. I'm not gonna be like, I'm like, so you know what I mean? I'm like, so his business. And these men were not called victims. So no one had compassion. Like, oh man, these poor victims were shot. They said writers were shot. Well, writers deserve to be shot. The writers breaking writers, who cares about a writer? Writers break into houses and break people's poor businesses. Ooh, they deserve that. And that's what the white man said in court, man, towards black people.
Salakia said.
Black people that were human, had children and parents. And guess what? Rittenhouse boss case, man. I don't care if they're writers, man. I don't care if the law is if a man is shooting at you, you don't have the right to kill anybody. But this man's a deaf adder, man. And even though your parents are in court crying and they want justice, he won't give you justice. And this happened last week, man. Not 10 years ago, not in slavery, not way back in the day with horse and carriage. Happened just the other day, man. Don't tell me the white man ain't the devil, man. Don't tell me black people ain't. Salakia.
I don't they say Salakia, sir. And that's a heavy point as well. And I wanted to add to that because there was something in the Deuteronomy part of the curses where it says, you know what I mean, we will get killed or something and no one will be found guilty.
That is Lamentations, I believe. Give me Zechariah 11. The one you want is this.
Zechariah 11.
I possess to slay them. Yeah, 11 and 5, I believe. 11 and 5.
Who's possessed?
Read on, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Ira.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ira.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them
And talking about us,
and hold themselves not guilty.
it said, whose possessors slay them, our possessors slay us and kill us and hold themselves not guilty. They slayed us in the 1600s and say, it weren't me. My ancestors can't blame me for that. They killed Mark Duggan. Well, I thought he had a gun. Listen, this police job being a policeman, not an easy job, Your life's at risk. You're on the forefront, man. Killed. Carl Rittenhouse killed innocent black people, man. And they said he's not guilty. Well, they were rioters. These rioters posed no threat to him. It was not bothering him. He took it upon himself to go out there and go kill black people. And to show you how racist white people are, was white people outraged? The white people say, because you might be thinking, well, that's one white man. The rest of the white people, they're cool. You know what white people did? When Carl Rittenhouse boss case, they rewarded him with a new assault rifle, man. The community came together and bought him a brand new gun and said, here, Carl, man. When George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin, you know what he did? He put the gun out there for auction on eBay, man. And people was paying top dollar to buy it, man. So don't tell me, but that's just one devil who, he's listening to all out, man.
No, man.
The public rewarded him with a new rifle. It's like, yeah, man, you know what I mean? With that rifle, very good. Here you go, man. and he killed black people. And what? He's not guilty. The Bible goes, our possessors slay us and hold themselves not guilty. The man that killed Rashawn Charles, not guilty. The man that killed Mark Duggan, not guilty. They slay us and hold themselves not guilty, man. Keep reading.
So,
who's reading? Sorry.
Ira.
Oh no, it's like all right, it's cool. How can I read for me, please? The brother got a lag, so he's
Come. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, "Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich."
And they that sell us say, "Blessed be the Lord, I am rich, man." They don't say, "Oh, slavery was wrong." They say, "I'm rich." England say, "What? God bless the Queen, man." Thanks to slavery, we're rich. England is built off slave money. America built off slave money. These countries don't say, "You know what? It's shameful for what we've done. Our history is so shameful and disgusting." No, they don't, man. They say, "Blessed be the Lord, because of slavery, I am rich." They say, "God bless America, man." They say, "What? America is the greatest country on the face of the earth." They don't hold their head in shame. Everything is, they call it Great Britain. Everything that's great about Britain come from slavery. England is rich because of slavery. England rolled out the vaccine in about a couple of months and got the whole population vaccinated, well, majority vaccinated. And how did they get that money? Through slaves, man. Countries like Germany ain't got the vaccine. Why? Because they can't afford it. Why? Because Germany wasn't involved in slavery, man. But England was. America was. Why do you think you got Times Square and Central London and all these flashy lights, all these great places, all your millionaires that you see in London? Where's the money come from? Slavery, man. Now I know. You ask him and they go, "No, it don't. You come from banking." Yeah, right. He came from slavery. Your great grandfather owned slaves, man. What else was he doing in the 1600s? Banking. No, he owned slaves, and then slavery became illegal, so he couldn't invest in slavery no more. So where did he put his millions? Into something else, man.
Honestly, like you said.
You know what I mean? He didn't become a millionaire overnight. He was always a millionaire. Rich people just invest. They don't get dirty. They just invest to go, "What's popping right now? Okay, I'll put money in that." And at the time, slavery was popping. It got illegal. He couldn't do that no more. So they put it in HSBC, man, and Lloyd's Banking and whatever the case may be. Okay.
Lucky, no, that was exactly what I was going to say there. So, like, it did go into banking anyway, didn't it? Lloyd, Barclays, all
these people know. My great granddad, he invested in trades and stocks and bonds. That as far as you know, you keep going back, that money goes slavery. No, my great granddad, he had his first bank in stocks and bonds. Listen, so who was his dad? His dad. You find out that he was rich from slavery. That's his wealth. The wealth comes from slavery. Wealthy people all invest in slavery. That's where the money was. You're a rich man with millions. You go, "You know what? A slave is popping." So what you do? You buy a plot of land in Jamaica, man. You buy some slaves and you make them cultivate cane. That cane comes to England and parts of Europe and even America and makes a lot of money, man. And you know, I mean, back then there was no such things as factories. Black man, you were the factory.
That's right.
And then later on, people that invested in McDonald's and Foot Locker or whatever. But before that, it's all slavery. What else? What other business was booming like slavery? They said slavery was so big that even if you didn't have slaves, slavery still affected your life. That's how important it was. And the only thing they could equate slavery to was computers. That's the only thing they could equate it to. Computers is so important that even if you don't have a computer affects your life. I mean, making sense? Like if you don't own a computer, you go to the shop and you buy trainers. The man would, the till is a computer, or the trainers you buy, the stock inventory is on a computer. You go to a hotel, they put your name on a computer. Even though you don't own one, computers are still used for your life. It makes sense. You book a flight, they put your name on a computer and so forth. That was slavery. Even if you don't own a slave, you buy sugar, somehow it boils back down to a slave. A slave cut that cane.
That's right.
You went to a hotel, you don't own a slave, but a slave helped build that hotel. Or the money from the cane financed the building, or slaves worked in a hotel. So anything back then somehow boiled down to slavery. That's how big slavery was back then. Just like computers today. You know what I mean? Where were we? Let me get where were we, Slakia?
Zechariah 11, verse 4. The possessors that slay them.
So like you forgot, so my internet is broken.
Salakia?
Zechariah 11 verse 5.
I say Salakia for that because my internet is tripping.
If anything, just listening, because what will happen is I'm gonna talk to you. You're not gonna get it till later, and it's just clashing. Just listening for now, for anything. I was I let the other brothers read, so you don't clash.
Canada one cancel.
No sweat, soldier. Carry on, them Hakian, please. Baba Kushar.
Come on. For I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
And our own shepherds pity us not, man. Our own leaders are the Bible's use a shepherd as an analogy. Shepherd lead sheep. The people that rule over us and lead us don't even pity us, man. You know what they say? They say, well, black people gotta get together, man. But boy, so if you're in a gang, then what you think can happen to you? I watched to discuss this. I gotta get Zimbo back on the show, man. Zimbo's a brother that was on my show before, man. A brother that's big in the community, and I gotta get the brother back on my show, man. Zimbo's a shepherd that people look up to, and he don't pity us. He's what the Bible's talking about right now, man. A brother was stabbed to death in Brum. You know what Zimbo said? Well, you gotta find your yard. What you doing down the streets anyway? Rolling with gangbangers. Our own shepherds pity us not, man. The people we look up to and love so much and say, yo, I'm gonna subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna go to the lectures because they got they got the best in our interest. They don't even pity us, man. When black people die, where's Creflo Dollar, man? I don't see him out there. Where's TD Jakes? Where's David Lammy, man? When Rashawn Child died, where was David Lammy? I didn't see him out there in the streets crying. I didn't see him make a post. But everybody wants to jump on White Yardie. Oh, how you treat White Yardie was so disgusting. Oh, God, it's awful, man. The people that rule over us, they don't even pity us, man. Drop that anyway. Someone give me Revelations real quick. For my last scriptures, to be honest. Revelations 2:27.
You want to get that, Mosa?
Yeah.
Most we could.
Revelation 2, verse 27.
Stop. Give me 26, Baba Kushar.
Salaki. Revelation 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation.
Yo, same thing again. Same thing we read 3 times, man. We're gonna rule this kingdom. This is Christ speaking, man. Christ is him that overcometh, man. You know what it means to overcometh? To overcome addiction, man. To overcome whores, man. To overcome being a whore and wanting to sleep on your man. To overcome all the things that England say do. In the air, it's saying sin, sin, sin. If you overcome and don't sin, Christ said, I will give you power over the nations, man. Meaning what, black man, we're coming out of them bookies, man. And we're gonna rule. We're coming out of the bookies and going into the palace, man. We're coming out of the trap house and going into the palace, man. We're gonna rule if we overcome. Now, if we don't want to overcome, then we will die along with our oppressor, man. Keep it in.
And he shall rule over them with a rod of iron.
A what? Read that again.
And he shall rule over them with a rod of iron.
And we're gonna rule over them. Who the them? The nations. He said, we shall rule over the nations, and we're gonna rule over them, the nation, with a rod of iron, man. That's how we're gonna rule over them. What's a rod of iron for, man? For beating people, man. We're not gonna negotiate. We're not gonna ask it. We're not gonna have hello day and talk it out, man. If you don't want to stop eating pork, listen, you're gonna die, man.
Mm-hmm.
Out.
That's right.
We're gonna go to Thailand and say, listen, these men got like women. These lady boys are gonna start becoming boys.
Right.
If they say no, listen, we're gonna use that rod of iron, man. Listen, we're not gonna tell them, listen, it will be in your best interest if you stop dressing like boys. We're gonna tell them with a rod of iron, we're gonna dictate, man. These men got to stop strapping them balls. What do they do? I find they just strap the balls around the back with tape or some shit.
Death sentence straight away, not true. Straight away, death sentence. Not even talking. Execution.
Quick. We go in Thailand and we say, yo, no more lady boys, man. We go in China and we say, yo, no more bats and pangolin, man, and eating snakes, man. We're gonna go to India and so, yo, you can see this cow. No more bowing down to this cow, man. This cow is for mutton, burgers, Big Mac.
Come on.
Strictly now, if you're ramping, you go into this cow right here is Big Mac, man. Delicious Big Mac sauce, man. You know what I mean? If this cow here, no, we say this cow, no bow down, no bow.
That's right. That's right.
And if he goes, then he gonna listen, head's coming off, man. Head's coming off. Any bullshit, head's coming off, man. We go in Thailand, boy, this boy, no, head's coming off, man. We ain't playing that, man. We go in China, listen, no back. No man, your back. Yo, listen, it's a wrap for him, man. We're gonna rule over him with a rod of iron, man. I eat back. Listen, and the kung fu can't save him, man. You can't listen. If anyone that don't know, kung fu's fake. It's fake, man. Kung fu was a thing. Kung fu was a thing, yeah, that they used on black people to brainwash us, man. In the 80s, black men was buying all the kung fu equipment and studying Bruce Lee. What's a black man with an afro? and learn them cool kung fu people. But guess what? It's all fake, man. It don't work. It don't work in real life. All for it's another thing. That they played us. It doesn't work, man. And all these regular black men that knew boxing was beating the shit out of these kung fu experts, man. It's fake. The Japanese went to China and wiped them out. Kung fu was so great. You know what I mean? The Shaolin monk. You know what? We go to another time. But do you know the Shaolin monk is fake?
No.
Apparently, the Shaolin monk was wiped out hundreds of years ago, but people was watching kung fu movies. So people go to China to see the Shaolin temple. So the people in China is like, rah, there is no temple. It's been deserted for years. But for tourists, they'll say, oh, okay, yeah, it's right here. Yeah, here's where you pay. Come right here, man. And they pay gymnasts, man. Just gymnastic people that can spin swords around and, you know, shave their hair bald and put them in orange jumpsuits. And tourists they go there thinking, wow, look at that martial arts, man. But you're looking at a man that can't really fight, man. Did anyone know about a man called Royce Gracie from Brazil? Royce Gracie, a man called Royce Gracie from Brazil. He does Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And anyone knows about jiu-jitsu, it's basic, nothing fancy, no backflips, none of that shit. And he went to China and beat up all their greatest martial arts, man. Easily. All that backflipping and stuff don't work, man. So any Chinese man come with that bullshit, listen, how can just gonna give him the one bum, man?
One hook.
See, unlike kung fu, boxing actually works. It actually works in a street fight, man. You know what I mean? You're getting the one bum as a bro, put the one bum. Talk about listen, boom, it's a wrap, man. Who else, man? Who else? You went to the Somalis, listen, stop. You come to Somalis, listen, stop circumcising the women, man. Circumcision for men, and they're gonna talk that Somali accent. No, what's it? No, circumcision.
Brother.
I don't know the Netherlands, but in the UK, that's the talk. It's a rap.
Brother.
I'm serious. We tell the Arabs no more Allah, man.
Yeah.
Rap, man. No more mosque, man.
That's right.
We're gonna tell the Sikh man, listen, if you see a dot in your forehead, we're gonna put infrared dot in your forehead, man. We let everyone know that, man. What's luck, yeah? That's the class anyway, man. Tawada for Ira, Hakkan, Mawata coming through. Tawada for Captain Russia, man. You remember hand. The powerful people in the class reading, man. Powerful people working away from the rank. And I appreciate you, brothers, man. You know what I mean? Lord allow see you all at the feast day Sunday and Tawada for reading. The mic, sorry, can't you?
That was a powerful class. Give the officer a hand. All right, we are the ISUPK. Started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Rule for a brother and sister. When a brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and a sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means tenth in the Hebrew, Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, gives to the Treasury Department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations is the Feast of Dedications on Sunday, the 28th of November. It'll be at 394 Lodge Road, postcode B18 5PW. Remind Akim and Aqua, the bulletin board in the hallway and all ISUPK social media. So Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, and also Google My Business as well, which will give you the directions via car, via foot, via any form of a transport to get here as well. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, scarves, and with that, we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I Madiam Shabbat, I Madiam Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barak Atah.
How about Shima Shabbat start?
والله سمع وتبارك الله.
Yad Yamata, class dismissed.